of sign language, those who provide in hospitality. We just want to say we appreciate each and every one of you. We want to welcome those who are joining us now through our live streaming program. Good morning to you, and we welcome those who are joining us from all across the United States and around the world through our program of social media. This outreach has been ever growing, and we're excited to welcome new faces and to hear of new voices popping in and being part of this great celebration experience of the divine awareness of God. We welcome you today, along with everyone who's gathered here in our sanctuary. Well, today I'm asking you, what's your first word? Not that first word you spoke as a baby, not that first word you may have spoken as a child, becoming into the awareness of the language, but how about your first word today? What's your first word? John chapter 1 shares, in the beginning was the Word, and that very power of understanding that everything begins with that first word. That first word, that conversation that goes on within your head. Now, how many of you have been having conversations this past week in your head? Maybe you've even voiced them and talking to yourself. You're walking down the street, you're at the grocery store, and you start talking to yourself. Well, those moments, you just pretend like you've got earbuds in or whatever, and you're talking on your cell phone. You can pass that away. Just pretend like, you're not crazy, you're not insane, but you're having this conversation within. These words that are cycling through your head, the thoughts that you're giving voice to within you. What are the first words that you started with today? Were they, "It's well with my soul"? Was it, "I love my life"? Was it, "Oh crap, it's raining"? Or, "Oh no, not another day"? Or, "Oh, this aching back"? Or, "Oh my Lord, what is this day unfolding for me?" What were those first words? What were those thoughts? Because your day starts with those first words that we speak in mind, that we hold in consciousness. But let me ask you this. What if you change the conversation and you began to tell yourself something different other than the "oh no" or the "why is this" or "what kind of crazy day is this going to be for me"? But we change the conversation. We intentionally make the choice not to speak fears and doubts and anxiety, stress, but to speak of, "I love today. I love my life. My soul is renewed. I'm refreshed and I'm feeling this very divine presence at work within me and it feels so good." What if you began to imagine your life a little differently? You see, our theme for this whole month has been focusing on unlimited imagination, encouraging us to dream some dreams, imagine, hold some word pictures in mind, begin to hold a consciousness of what can be, what could be, what is right here and now. And as we begin to imagine, we begin to see life so intently that we see ourselves that we're moving in the manner of our desire. We're so intently that we actually begin to persuade ourselves. We're sort of persuasive in the thoughts that we choose, You actually can persuade yourself that you don't feel well. Have you been with those people who say, you don't look so good today. Are you not feeling well? Maybe you're not feeling the best, maybe. And suddenly you begin to buy into those words. Well, maybe I'm not feeling so well. And then you begin to voice those words in your own mind, and you hold that in consciousness. And before you know, you think, I got to go home from work, or I got to leave right now because I am not well at all. You see, we could shift that conversation. We can change that by that persuasive energy that we say, you know what? I am feeling great today. I am feeling good. I'm feeling young, energetic. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling the power and presence of God. It's flowing through me from head to toe. So it's all up to us to imagine our life differently and to speak differently, that our first words begin to shape the imagination, the dream that we have of the kind of life that we want to live or the kind of day that we want to live. Imagine your life so differently that what if you spoke differently about every moment of your life? Choosing to speak in positive words and frames of something affirming and good so strongly that you begin to persuade, you begin to see the vision you have in such a way that you begin to say, I'm living that. Yes, I'm living my prosperity. I'm living my health. I'm living my success. And I begin to affirm it so much that that power of persuasion is in your life and you're living from that. We've had so many things that have happened in our life or that we've been told we've been persuaded to believe as true. And we buy into that. You know, we come from a world that was persuaded to believe that our world was flat, you know, and people believed that for a long time, only to find out, you know, it was not flat. But the power of persuasion, the power of conversation, the power of belief that everybody had, they were frightened to go anywhere because the world was flat and you didn't want to sail off the edge until someone began to change and the voice of persuasion began to change and say, wait a minute, the world is round and there's places we can go. You see, what is this thing called persuasion? But it's the power to convince and to speak so convincingly that it inspires within you a new belief. How about we spend a little time dreaming, imagining, and persuading our spirit, persuading our consciousness. I am in the all good. I am feeling the all good. I speak now the all good. And we are in this wonderful journey where we use this tool of imagination and we join it with the tool of persuasion that suddenly our life takes on a whole new shape and a whole new context. The Apostle Paul wrote from the book of Romans in chapter 8, for I am persuaded, I am convinced, he's saying, and so much that my words speak in this manner that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, or powers, or things present, nor things to come, or height, nor depth, nor any other creature will separate us from the love of God. Wow. Now, isn't that powerful persuasion? And we begin to image that, and we begin to think of that, and then our first words come from that. Wow, nothing is separating me from the love of God. Nothing that's happened, no experience, the rain today, the weather changes, the this or the that, nothing, absolutely nothing is separating me from the love of God. And I dwell completely, wholly in that wonderful love. So when it comes to faith, we must make our inner conversation matching our fullest and our finest desires. Does the conversation within, that conversation that's going on in your head, does it match the desire you have for your life? That conversation within you is so important that you begin to say and speak that because as a man thinks, so he is. As a woman thinks, so she is. As we all think, so we are. So what is it we're thinking? Let's get that conversation going that matches your dream, matches your vision, matches your aspirations, matches your desires in your life. For the power of unlimited imagination is your tool. Your tool to manifest, to your tool to unfold all kinds of things and to encourage and persuade the power of your great faith to believe for amazing things. Amazing things are happening. Now, a lot of people say, wait a minute, I don't know. Are amazing things really happening? And we're talking prosperity, you know? Yesterday, we were out in a parking lot and picked up 1 penny, picked up a quarter, picked up a dime. I thought, wow, keep walking on this parking lot. Before you know, we had quite a bit of change already picking up in the parking lot. Abundance is happening to us, and the Spirit is trying to tell us that there are unexpected ways of income coming to you. Did you ever think that the gas station parking lot was one of those places? Now, you may say, oh, that's small coins, but you know, in that same consciousness, the Spirit knows the difference of size. So if we're going about with this power of imagination that says, I am walking in blessing, and I am visualizing in blessing, and I am persuading my spirit to know that I am in blessing, before you know it, you'll start seeing blessing. Who knows what you may be picking up? Next Sunday, get ready with that attitude. I'm handing you a lottery ticket. So get ready, just all in your consciousness. What are you expecting? What are you believing for? You know, here's our chance to experience God working in unique and powerful and interesting ways. So what we want to do is understand that we are in control of the conversation. That's right. You are in control of that conversation going on in your head. Now, unfortunately, sometimes we let the media, we let the news, we let social media, we let conversations with friends be the controlling factor in the conversations with our head, and they're going on. But you are the author, you are the speaker, you are the director of this conversation. By that inner speech, we really mean that mental conversation that's going on with yourself. You are the director of it. You are in control of that. Ooh, how wonderful. I'm in control of the conversation in my head. Wow. Let's start controlling it in the way that starts saying, I'm thinking big. I'm talking big. I'm believing big. I'm imagining big. I am believing for great things unfolding within my heart and my life. Because whether they be audible or inaudible, you are the author of that conversation that's going on within you. James chapter 3, verse 2 through 5 says, we get it all wrong nearly every time we open our mouths. Listen to this modern translation. If you could find someone whose speech was perfectly true, you'd have a perfect person in perfect control of their life. Perfect conversation. That means speaking the highest and best. You would be really in control of your life. This is ancient wisdom. This is coming to us thousands of years old. Where have we missed this one? Why are we not paying attention to this great advice that's coming to us through this passage? He goes on to write, a bit in the mouth of a horse controls the whole horse. A small rudder in a huge ship in the hands of a skilled captain sets the course in the face of the strongest winds. A word out of your mouth may seem of no account, but it can accomplish nearly anything or destroy it. You see how powerful that is? He goes on to say, if it only takes a spark, remember to set off a forest fire then with your words. A careless or wrongly placed word of your mouth can simply do that. You could be a forest fire for good, a flame, an inferno, or a forest fire of damage. Be careful with the choice of your words that are going on in your inner conversation. By our speech, we can ruin the world, turn harmony into chaos, throw mud on a reputation, send the whole world up in smoke or go up in smoke with it. Or by a word, we can create amazing things within our journey. It is that first word. That inner conversation that's going on is actually mirroring your imagination and the level of your understanding of the divine. When your conversation is, I don't know, really, it's not going to happen. That won't work out for me. You're mirroring what your imagination is saying. But if your imagination has been turned on, revved up, kicked into a higher level, and you're dreaming great things, then what's going to happen is that inner conversation will actually mirror that imagination. It will reflect back to you. It will match exactly what you are thinking. You'll be speaking it within your heart and mind. For the art of our life is this. The real goal of our life is to sustain the feeling of your desire. How do you sustain that? What is it you desire? Health? Prosperity? Blessing? How are you sustaining that desire in your consciousness? It's got to be that inner conversation. It's got to be those first words. It's got to be those words that are cycling through, that you're speaking to yourself in that inner conversation. I am blessed. I am whole. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am wise. I am loved. I am all these wonderful things. Because we want to really observe this inner talking to a wonderful way that we see it matching so much within our lives. Does it match? Does your inner talking match with what you would say audibly had you achieved your goal? You know, does the inner talking, let's just say you want prosperity. Does the inner talking match if you already achieved your prosperity? Well, I don't know. Really, blessings? They're mine. Or is it matching well before it even transpires within you? There was an elderly carpenter who was ready to retire. And he told his employer, the contractor, that his plans were to, after this final job, this final house, he was going to leave the building business and live a more leisurely life. He was hoping just to relax, and he wanted to spend time enjoying the remaining of his senior years with his extended family. He said, I would miss my paycheck, but, I'm ready to retire, and we're going to get by just fine. Now, the contractor said, I'm so sorry to hear that you were going to be leaving the business. We've appreciated your work. You've been a good worker, and you've done so much for this business. We greatly appreciate it. Can I ask you one thing? Would you just build one more house as a personal favor? Would you hang on for one more house? The carpenter said, yes, I'll do it, okay. But in time, as he began to work on this house, he began to lose the passion, and his heart was not really in it. And he began to be more distracted in his thought process about it, and he resorted to some kind of so-so shoddy workmanship, and he used some inferior materials. And when the carpenter was finished with his work, the employer came to inspect his house, and he said, "Wow, wonderful. I have a surprise for you. Here are the keys to this house. You see, this is your house, my gift to you." Oh, he thought for a moment, if only I had known this. If only I had known this, he was building his own house. He would have done it so differently. His consciousness would have been so different about everything. I wouldn't have made shortcuts. I wouldn't have used inferior materials. I didn't know this was going to be my house. Let me tell you a simple illustration. You are building your life by your inner conversation. Wait a minute, I didn't know I was building my life. I said a lot of things that I really want. I said a lot of things like, "Oh, my life is a failure. I can't do this. It's not possible. It's never going to happen." I spoke a lot of negative things. I spoke a lot of fear, anxiety, doubt. That's right. We're building our life by our inner conversation. If you want to build it differently, then you have to build it with different thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and actions. This power of persuasion that we're talking about is great. And if you use it in your life as a creator for good, amazing things will begin to unfold for you. And you're going to speak a new way, speak a new language. There's going to be a wonderful way of you looking at your life and seeing it so differently. You're going to build a house, a life that you will enjoy. Now, I want to give you a big tip. Everybody's up for big tips, right? You got a tip? Tip on something good in my life? You know, where to go, where to eat, what a good movie to see, a great thing to experience. You got a good tip? I've got one for you. Here's your tip. Get ready. Here's your tip. Invest. Invest. Get ready to invest every word and every thought into your life to build that life that you really want. So start investing your words, investing your thoughts, investing your consciousness in the highest and best. What we desire doesn't lie in the future, but in ourselves at this very moment. What you desire lies within you this very moment. And if your thoughts have been, what? That's your future. But if your thoughts have been, amazing things are unfolding. It's exciting how God is blessing, how God is moving. I see God's guiding hand in my life. I know the answers. I know the wisdom of God is mine. I see it all folding. You see, every moment of your life needs to be invested in your highest and best. Unfortunately, we've wasted moments in our life. We've wasted thoughts. We get so distracted, you know? As humans, it's shiny things. Ooh, here we go. You know, that's just the way we are in life, isn't it? We're just suddenly takes us away, and we've wasted moments. We've wasted key opportunities within our life because we've been distracted. We haven't performed, shall we say, to our highest and best in monitoring our inner conversations. In Michigan, there was a woman who was vacationing, and she had she was there to visit this small little quaint town, and she thought, oh, how wonderful to be on vacation, relaxing, and this is a town where Paul Newman, yes, the actor, and his family often visited. One Sunday morning, the woman got up early to take a long walk before going to church. But after a brisk 5-mile walk, she decided she was going to treat herself to a double-dip ice cream cone. That sounds great, a little treat. So she hopped in her car and she drove across to the center of the village and this cute little boutique, and she's popped in to get her ice cream, and there was only one other patron in the store. And she looked, oh my, it's Paul Newman. It's Paul Newman sitting at the counter eating a donut and having coffee. Paul Newman, the actor, Paul Newman. And she was like, calm down. Just relax. Have some composure. Just breathe, And she tried not to make eye contact with him. Looking, no, looking, no, it's Paul Newman. And she was like feeling like, hey, I'm just going to be cool about it. I'm going to be just really calm and act nonchalant, all about this whole thing. And she was saying to herself, just pull yourself together, honey. Pull yourself together. Stop being so distracted. You're here to get an ice cream cone. You're 45 years old. You're not a teenager. But she couldn't help herself. So the clerk filled her order of this double-dipped chocolate ice cream cone, handed to her in one hand, and the other hand handed her her change. And she went out the door, avoiding to even glance. I'm not going to look at Paul Newman, not going to look at him. I'm going to walk out like, I'm just a normal person here. And when she reached her car, she realized she had a handful of change, but where's my ice cream cone? Her other hand was empty. Did I leave my ice cream cone in the store? She went back in, expecting to see maybe the cone was still there in the clerk's hand, or it was in a holder or on the counter or something, but there was no ice cream cone there. With that, she happened to look over at Paul Newman, and his face broke into this familiar, warm, and friendly grin and said to the woman, "You put it in your purse." Ice cream. Distracted, wasted moments. You see, that's the way we are in our lives. We allow so many things to distract us. The Paul Newman experiences of our life, where we get caught up in something and we allow our minds to drift, and we're not thinking intentionally. We're not thinking focused. We're not thinking, and we're letting moment by moment by moment go by, and we discover, hey, yeah, you put ice cream in your purse. Yeah, you missed this moment. You lost out on something powerful happening within your life. So here's the message. Don't let life distract you. Use your inner speech wisely to mold your outer world in harmony with your ideals. Use that inner speech, that inner talking, that inner voice within you. Allow it to be this wonderful moment where you're investing. That's right. And then you're spending your thoughts in a positive way. Having invested, you're spending your thoughts. You're not wasting your time. You're at this place where wherever you assume the feeling of being what you want to be, you're investing and you're spending. Good advice. How powerful that is. Isaiah 55:11 says, "My word shall not return unto me void." Do you know what that means? That word that you put out, it's not going to return to you empty or not having fulfilled. For it says, "It shall accomplish that which I please, and shall prosper or bring about the very thing that I sent it out to do or to say or to express." Wow. Our word is going to return to us. Our thought is going to return to us. That conversation that we've held in mind. What's your first word? What's the first word of your day? What's the first word that shapes your conversations? The key thing is, does the inner conversation match the outer experience and desire that you want to have in your life? If it doesn't, today's your day to change your conversation. Change it and start intentionally setting the course of your life. Begin to imagine. Begin to dream some dreams. It's unlimited opportunities of imagination for you. Engage in them right here and now and begin to dream. This is what I want, and then speak it. Let's get some thought process going. I think it, I see it, I visualize it. These are my words. I'm blessed, I'm dynamic, I'm affirming, I'm successful, I am positive, I am healthy, I am whole, I am achieving my goals, I am living in unlimited possibilities. When you speak that, your future is going to match the conversation within. Let's do it. Does the inner match the outer? Does what's going on in your heart and your mind, your thoughts and your words, match the outer experience that you desire? It's yours today to make it happen. Amen. We have been so blessed here at City of Light, blessed in so many ways. I wish I could list all the wonderful blessings that have unfolded for us this past week. There have been so many good things happening for us, happening both in my life personally, as a pastor, in my life spiritually, within the life of this congregation, of what's heading for a wonderful, bright, and beautiful future for us. We're really excited about that. And we're excited about you who have been joining us through our Facebook programs and social media. We're excited because you are part of something that is amazing that's unfolding. And we're looking forward to sharing this incredible year with you as we journey together each and every Sunday through these experiences of celebrating the divine power and presence. Today, we have the opportunity to share in the wonderful blessings and consciousness, knowing that God has been blessing us. Wow, we want to bless back. We want to share back. We want to share a portion of what that has been gifted to us. And we do so in this great feeling of abundance. We're going to share these words you're going to find on our screen that speak of this great power of abundance flowing in our lives. This affirmation of celebration. Let's share it together. City of Light is a thriving community that's experiencing the abundance of God. We are growing and flourishing because we believe and practice the teaching of spiritual truth. As we give and receive, we now join in the divine flow. We know that all we share with life returns to us multiplied abundantly, and so it is. As our ushers come, let us open up our hearts as we give generously. Amen, and so it is. Thank you for that beautiful offertory. Imagine, yes. As we close our service today, we invite you to join in this celebration of this great theme, this song that really captures the essence of what we believe. Peace, perfect peace, calm, no fear, no worry, no stress, no anxiety. Perfect peace is perfect love. It all happens here and now, and it begins within us. Let's sing this affirmation together. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins in me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as my center, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Join our hearts in our faith as we hear these words, let these words be for each and every one of us. The presence of God is here and now. It will never leave nor forsake us. We proclaim this consciousness that we dwell 24/7 in the divine awareness, divine presence, divine goodness, divine love. We are immersed in it right now. And in this stance, this place of full awareness, being so immersed in goodness, we speak forth and claim the desires of our heart. Now, for each and every one gathered here, and those joining us through our live stream and social media programs, we join in great faith, believing for their particular need. And with great faith, we unite the energy of knowing and feeling that God has already met that need. The divine power and presence. This universe is already unfolding for us, that which we so desire. For this is our conversation. These are our inner thoughts. This is the working that's going on within our very mind, that we have this conversation within. All is good. Perfect peace is mine. I dwell in that divine hand of God that is ever providing and making the way, even when there seems to be no way. So now, with great gratitude, we release this. We release it as our word goes forth and will not return void. That which we have spoken, we proclaim. It is, as together we say, and so it is. Take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins in me. Thank you so much for joining us today here at City of Light. We're delighted to have you coming with us, joining with us every week. We look forward to seeing you again through our social media program, along with so many others who are coming in each and every week. We're just delighted that you are with us and that we are with you in a sense of oneness. If there's anything that we can do for you in reaching out in ways of prayer or sharing insight, guidance, or wisdom, please reach out to me personally as your pastor, your coach in your journey. My email is revtpaul@aol.com. Reach out to me. Be glad to be there for you in this journey as we walk this world together for great success. Now, as we leave this place, we go with an inner conversation going on, right? The first words of our gathering today is, I'm loved, I'm blessed, I'm blessing others, I'm walking in prosperity, I'm feeling the divine presence, all is good. Wow, what a conversation. Let's speak these words then as we fellowship together over our coffee and refreshments. For those who are gathered here, we're going to make our way for this time of great sense of community. And for those of you through our Facebook program, we invite you to join us in person because we have some great experiences in fellowship and building community together. God bless you. Have a great week. God bless you. Let us go in God's peace.